Speak louder than words.
5,
4,
4,
3.
3. Jackanory, Jackanory.
Himalayan pink rock salt. Good for health.
The Lloyd silver generator.
Until he was 4 years old, James Henry Trotter had a happy life. In a peaceful, his mother and father...
I want to be Jackanory today, so you can turn Kenneth off.
Kenneth, we have some stories to tell.
Right. That's what we're reading about today. This is part 2, The Secrets to Healing Cancer, by Dr. Tien Sheng Husu. Okay, got that? I want to read a little something to you. Erroneous fears about carcinogenic food. Excuse me, I'll begin. I have a cancer case who, because he was afraid his children might get cancer as well, had his children change their diet. Eventually not many foods remained in their diet. I do not deny this kind of theory, but regrettably this creates some dangers. Because people are spending too much time pursuing pure and sterile foods. They no longer have trust and joy in choosing their foods. They select their foods with a mentality of fear. Even organic food still contains a little bit of polluted material because soil, water or air pollution are global in nature. It is not just possible to have a place that is pure without any pollution. He also has a cancer patient who will spend 3 to 4 hours in the morning just to prepare a glass of vegetable and fruit juice. She spends all her energy on the diet with no time to look back on her life, to connect with her family and to do what she enjoys doing, and no time doing anything that's really beneficial to her recovery. Obsessing about the theory of food or environmental pollution causing cancer leads people to carry a great deal of fear in choosing and consuming food. The foods consumed are all suspected of being carcinogenic. The mistrust we all have about foods we consume creates more harm than the polluted foods have done. When a person exists in a state of fear and looks at every kind of food with a suspicious eye, as if they are near the edge of a cliff or stepping on thin ice, how can they eat with ease? Their every method of cooking then has to contain less salt, less sugar, less oil, less flavour. Just the degree of tastelessness alone, I think, is enough to kill a lot of people. A person who has such thoughts and beliefs must enjoy a boring, tasteless and strict diet plan, and behind this diet plan is, of course, fear. These people do not trust that the body can transform consumed foods into needed nutrients and that the body is equipped with a normal function of detoxification. In fact, our body has the ability to detoxify so-called foods with harmful substances into beneficial substances. When one thinks of a person who is highly suspicious of his body, one wonders how he can have a healthy body. Oh, that's very nice. A person who thinks foods will create negative effects in the body will, of course, have an inferior or detoxification ability compared to others. The right way to fight cancer is in the heart, not in the diet. The real factors that switch on cancer are an unhappy life, habitual negative thoughts, repressed emotions, and hopeless within. Most people feel hopeless, don't they? The cancer is the end result of the carcinogenic psychological atmosphere. It's all in the mind. Some people think cancer comes from karma, based on religious dogma that emphasises the importance of being a vegetarian to release that past karma. This is it's much better to share and spread love than that really is a good thing, based on the belief that it's a sinful karma is not a good thing. And I think this is misleading and a distortion. It misleads people into a mental trap. If eating meat causes cancer, then how come all the carnivorous animals around the world haven't got cancer? Am I right? Or am I wrong? There are only 2 words to apply to your diet: balance and fresh. This comes from love. After getting ill and in line with typical limiting beliefs in this area, eating and how you eat becomes the most important thing in your life. The word eating becomes larger and larger until it consumes you. If you need to scrutinise every bit of food that passes through your mouth, to cook with extreme care and fear, and to consume only organic foods with no polluted material, then you will spend a great deal of time in eating. Is eating the most important thing in your life? Each day, do you live a life full of love, self-fulfillment and happiness, or a life that is cloudy, foggy, worrying, sorrowful or fearful, in which you dare not face the present and dare not have dreams and hopes for the future? Please remember, you are what you think, not what you eat. Prepare your food and consume your food with love, and allow yourself to feel that the body can accept all foods. Treat yourself and people around you with love and gratitude will be a better mental approach than worrying about food. And some people think that cigarettes cause cancer.
Do you know
The
you
government and the mental thoughts of hopelessness causes cancer.
But like we were saying earlier, you don't smoke, cigarettes do.
No,
Do you know how
exactly.
many vitamins come out of this cigarette when
Yeah.
you smoke it?
All of this is a product of modern medicine.
Well, there must be a reason why, there must be something in there that it's blocking or interfering with some of the crap that they're doing, because why else would they try banning them?
There's a
Apart from
magic
control.
spell on the front of the packet.
Yeah, the bloke with no teeth and...
Yeah,
This is what you'll look like
Fine,
if you
fine.
do this.
yours are fine.
Yeah, but you've got to look at the pictures, otherwise your teeth will not achieve those pictures. Yeah, if you do not have the belief, you cannot ever achieve.
It's like they've known all along that what we think we bring about, so they've deliberately been making us think bad things, like war.
Or focus on who's in charge.
And
Who's
people
in
feel
charge? Well,
hopeless.
they all focus on the same person. That person will be in charge.
Do you want to be electrocuted?
Do you want to be in
Charge?
charge?
It's
Do you
all-
want to be in charge?
Admiralty law, that is.
And when you get to court, you're charged again.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's water and electricity. Anyway, I'll continue. Dr. Xu says, it continues, I believe that many cancer patients can gradually abandon diet as being the most important element in their efforts to heal themselves. Food consumption is an expression of self-care, but this act should not be carried out with a fearful mental attitude. Does this... So he wants to overemphasize that normally the physical body is quite capable of transforming reasonable amounts of harmful material into beneficial matter for itself. This does not mean encouraging people to eat harmful foods. It is a hope that everyone can have a better understanding of their bodies. In China, everyone argues about the waste and cost of the national healthcare insurance system. They do everywhere, don't they? Unfortunately, most of the countrymen's concept of using medication to keep the body healthy is in short wrong. Overemphasizing that carcinogenic food causes cancer is ridiculous, he says. The focus is on enjoying good health and pursuing healthy activities, believing in good health as a natural state of the body. Embrace good health, happiness and self-awareness combined with self-growth. Sense one's heart and emotions, creating a more fulfilling lifestyle, paying attention to your interactions with others and balancing the feelings of the heart. These are the key points to curing cancer. Don't overeat and don't starve too long. Don't stay awake and don't sleep too long. Use an intuitive diet. Play the following game before mealtime. Visualize all kinds of food in front of you. For instance, carrots, beef, shrimp, etc. And watch how your heart reacts to each item, yes or no. How do you cook? The important thing is to add big doses of love. Visualize a large quantity of love as a cooking ingredient you add to your food while you're cooking it.
We
What about
found,
while you're eating it?
we found that recently. Yeah,
why not?
you've got to appreciate your food. We found that out recently, didn't we? Because we went somewhere where they weren't cooking with love and the food just didn't quite
The
taste...
guy was always depressed every time you saw him. He looked worried, he looked hopeless. And the food tasted awful.
So there's no difference for me between a bowl of chickpea and spinach and maybe a Wimpy burger.
No.
Depending on who prepares it, how I feel about it.
Other burgers are available.
Of course. Marvellous.
But basically, the right frame of mind while eating is also important. And nurturing heaven and earth from sunshine, air, rain and water, the four elements, which is just nature. And how fortunate it is to be able to enjoy a good meal.
Oh yes, I think it's very important.
So basically, if you've got cancer, it's not been caused by smoking or carcinogenic foods or drinking the wrong kind of water.
But then what are we preaching about health, food and medicines? If it's all bollocks, what have we got to do? Break through to the point where are we going to help some
All
bodies?
foods, all waters, everything. You look at the Chernobyl disaster, right? That was years ago. It affected the whole world and everything in it, including nature.
Of course, we've got Fukushima at the moment.
Have we?
And if we have,
Ah,
we know a way to cure it, don't we?
Why?
Same
How,
as-
how
same
can
as
you deal with
Chernobyl.
radiation poisoning?
Call the chap from Canada, Mr. Rick Simpson, and ask him to go and plant some of his plants around Fukushima.
There is a
that'll
rumour.
clear. That'll get. If you can get rid of radiation treatment in cancer patients
Yeah.
and the chemotherapy, then it's going to do good to the soil, isn't it?
This is just a rumour. It might not actually be a true story, but from all the stories I've heard so far, I don't know which ones I want to believe. You can make yourself well with love.
Yeah. You see, Dr. Shu, he treats the heart via the mind because everything is down to the psyche.
Well, love and laughter as well. Do you remember the clip in The Secret where the woman had breast cancer? So she watched.
Oh, sorry. Show's over.
She watched lots of comedies, and the breast cancer went away.
Fantastic. Be well, everybody. Love each other. Don't have any hatred or hopelessness in your heart.
Just
If you've had a bad business deal, you've lost your money, just go and kiss the next door neighbour.
Oh,
Love your wife, love your friends, love your family.
I can get you into trouble
Spread
too.
some love.
Trust me, I know.
Good
I know it's the
job.
last time I'm kissing my next door neighbour, he didn't like it.
Debt Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.